Welcome back to my channel. This is Chidima Favor. If this is your first time of coming across my channel, please subscribe. It's a new channel. Please subscribe. Let's grow together. We're going to make this beautiful gown. Okay, first, this is the material I'm going to use. I'm going to use an African print. It's an Ankara, and I'm going to use crepe. This is crepe material but a bit stretchy, and this is African print. So let's dive into the video. Please subscribe. Is a new channel. Help us grow together. The fabric has been folded into 4, and these are the things we need. First, I'm going to draw a starter line. Remember that this gown is going to have a zipper at the back, and that's the zipper allowance. Okay, I'm going to mark out 2 inches for my zipper allowance, because you notice that the clothes is not straight after folding. I've marked out my zipper allowance. Now from the other clothes end, you're going to take a shoulder measurement. Okay, our shoulder is 8.5, but I want to add extra inches. I want it to come down to my shoulder where I'm showing you. Okay, that's how the client wants it to be, because you know it's a small sleeved cloth. I'm adding 1.5 inch, but I later changed my mind to 1 is fine. You can still use 1.5, it's still fine. My neck width is 3 inches because it's a high neck. I'll come down by 1 for the shoulder slope. This is your ruler and connect it. Please, if you are still watching up to this moment, please subscribe. It's a new channel. Let's grow together. I'm going to bring you so many amazing videos this time. From my starter line, I'll go down to my bust point 11. I added half inches. My half length is 18. I added half inch. Then my hip, the depth of the hip is 9 inches. You can take from your shoulder to your hip, but if not, just take from your half line down to your hip, right? Then I'll take the full length of the gown. You know, we are going to add Ankara. Okay, the full length of the gown is about 60 inches, but from her shoulder to where I want this material to stop is 42. So I added 1 inch for sewing allowance for joining the Ankara and other things. I'm just straightening out the lines, turning them to a straight line, so we can now walk. Okay, we are done with that. The armhole. Alright, my armhole is 9. My armhole is 9. How do you get your armhole? You divide your bust circumference by 6 and add 2 inches or 1.5, but most times I use 2 inches. I'm just trying to draft out the armhole. Please subscribe. Is a new channel. Help us. Let's grow together. The bust circumference divided by 4. Okay, mine is 10.5. That's the one my client own is 10.5. With the help of your curve ruler, just draw out your armhole. I'm just trying to carve it very well. The cloth is a bit stretchy. The crepe is a bit stretchy, like I said, so it's bouncy. You just have to be careful when working with it. Okay, my waist is 9.5. My hip is 12 inches. The same 12 inches I got at the hip, I'm going to take it down. I'm going to take it down to the hem of the gown. Now, depending on how big you want it to be, I mean how flayed you want it to be. For sewing allowance, I added 2 inches. You can decide to add 2.5. You can decide to add 3. Like I said, it's depending on how big or how flayed you want it to be. Okay, that's totally up to you and the client. If you ask her how she wants it, I'm sorry. If you ask her how she wants it, if she wants it very free or just normal, depending on what she wants. Now, all the markings, I'm just connecting to them together. I'm using my hip curve to get around the hip to waist. This is actually very simple to make. It's very easy, very simple. Just pay attention, you will get it. Pay attention, you will get it. I'm going to send some amazing videos on this channel. Please stay tuned. If you are watching up to this moment, you've not subscribed, please subscribe. It's totally free. Please subscribe. It's totally free. Okay, for my neck width, I'm going to use 1 inch at the back and 3 inches at the front. You can use 3.5 depending on how you want it, but I used 3 inches. 3 inches is perfect. Because it's a bit turtled neck. Okay, that's all you need. So all the measurements are complete. Just go ahead and cut. Okay, we are done cutting out. Now let's go to the back and remove that back bulge. After sewing your cloth, you notice that your cloth is bulging out at the back. How do you do it? What you have, go to your zipper allowance, divide what you have by 2, as I've done. You saw what I did. Then come in by, at the center, come in by 1/4 inch and just slightly connect it to the other part of the zip. Okay, so that you can get rid of that back bulge. After sewing your clothes, you see it bulging out at the back. Then cut it off. Please, if you are still watching up to this moment, please subscribe. Please, it's a new channel. Help us, let's grow together. I'll go ahead and cut out the front neckline. Just open it up. You can see what we have. You can see what we have. So we are going to work with the front part. Okay, for the hem side, I want to use printing. I want to make a little gathers. Okay, so I'll have it fuller at the hem. Before, I wanted it to be straight, so I will have side opening, like side cut, but I later looked at it and I decided to make it gathers. It will be more beautiful when you have gathers on it, and it will give it more fuller effect. So remember what we are working with, the full length of your gown. Here we have 42. Okay, so to get the full length of this gown, we are going to cut about 20 to 21 inches. Okay, the length, that's for the African print. The African print, we're going to cut the remaining length you have for your clothes. Whatever the remaining length is, that's what we are going to cut out. Okay, then to get, because it's a long gown, I hope you understand. To get the full length of the gown, the Ankara will be the thing to complete the full length of the gown. Let's assume the full length of the gown is 40. Okay, and on the crepe material, okay, you cut like a 30. Now you need more 20 to complete the full length of the gown. I hope you understand. So that is what the Ankara is going to do for us. It's going to complete the full length of the gown. Just go ahead and measure whatever that is remaining for the cloth to be the length of your client, then cut it by 2, okay, so that you have that gather effect. Just cut it by 2. You see what I'm doing? I folded it so I will get more fuller effect. Then add your hemming allowance of 2 inches. Please, if you are still watching up to this moment, please subscribe. It's a new channel. Thank you so much to my returning subscribers. You've been amazing. Thank you so much. Please give this video a thumbs up if it's of any help to you. If you learned something new, please just give it a thumbs up. All right, you can see I've cut it. I've cut them. I'm just marking out the wrong side. You can as well do that. Mark out the wrong side so you won't make mistake. You know, some of these African prints, you might end up not knowing the front from the back and all that. See the notch, that's the hemming point. Just go ahead and hem it. Okay, just hem it and sew. Then I'm introducing the material. That's the upper part, that's the wrong side, and this is the right side. So we are going to sew it down to the hem. Like I said, I wanted to make it straight, but I changed my mind and I made gathers. You can decide to make yours straight, you can decide to make it gathers, but at the end of the day I changed my mind and I made my gathers. Okay, I've cut an interface. I want to put an interface. I just want to put an interface to this, just to give it more weight. I don't want it to be very light at the front. Please, if you don't know how to cut an interface, you can just put it on the comment section and I will show how to do it. Maybe in my next video I will show how to cut an interface. Okay, I'll just go ahead and sew it. Both for the front and the back, I've made an interface for the both. After sewing it, I close the armhole. Remember that this is a small sleeve gown, small sleeved gown, so I don't want any rough edges to show. I just turned it up so that at the end I will have a very neat work. I like the finishing of my work to be very neat. I'm always happy when I finish my work and it's very neat. It gives me this extra joy that what I made was neat. Your client won't have any reason to say this place is losing, this place is rough. No, do your best to make sure your clothes are always very neat. Okay, it goes a long way. Even as a beginner, strives to make your clothes look neat. Okay, it gives extra joy. All right, please, if you are still watching up to this moment, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It's your sister, your daughter, your friend Chidinma Favor. It's a new channel. Please subscribe. Now I want to make the pleating at the hand of the clothes. You notice that the cloth has some printing, right? So I've cut this fabric on the fold. Depending how wide you want it to be, this is about 3 inches. Depending how wide you want it to be, 3 inches on the fold. When it's open, it's about 6 inches. Then I used an interface to iron it, just to give it stability. I've gone ahead to sew it and I interlocked it. I interlocked the gown. You can see I interlocked it. Now I'm introducing my gown back. Print it however you want. You can decide to print it one side. You can decide to double print it, like kissing printing. You can decide to just make a simple one printing, depending on how you want it. Okay, It's totally your choice now how you want it. But I made one side printing. I thought of kissing printing, but I changed my mind. You know, you see here I was doing kissing printing, but at the end I changed my mind. I said no, let me do one side printing. I think it will look more beautiful. So do whatever works for you at this point, okay? As you do it, you sew it. As you print it, you sew it. You see, I decided to do one side, and it's looking really beautiful and neat. See the inner part of it, so neat. Please always strive to make sure your work is extremely neat. You will be happy at the end of the day. All right, I've done that for the both of them. Okay, now we'll go over to the neck. The neck is supposed to also have a printing. Just repeat the same thing you did for the hand and the neck, but this time the neck will not be up to 3 inches by length. You should be at between 2 inches is fine, so that after printing you have about 1.5, or you can use 1.5. After printing you have just 1 inch. That's after sewing it down. Just, you see the way I'm folding it is easy. You see, just take your time and fold it. You see, it's giving what it should give. Please, if you're watching up to this moment, please subscribe to your sister's channel. And again, this is the outcome of the gown. Tell me what you see. It's giving what it should give. You can see the printing. It gives it more fuller effect. The printing is not much. You can see it's not much, but it gives it this fuller effect. I added belt to mine. You can see the neck, everything. You can see it. You can see the hand, and is neat. That is one thing you should always strive for. Please try to make sure your work is neat as possible. It has a side pocket. I'm sure we already know how to make that. If you don't know, just put it on the comment section. This is the back view of the dress, of the gown. You can see how beautiful it's looking. Please, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe to our channel. I'm going to send more of these amazing videos on this channel, okay? Please just stay tuned. God bless you, and thank you for subscribing.